I already spoke about how crazy this team is and how this is the best assembled War Games women's team we've ever seen. So today, I'm not even talking about the women's War Games match because that's something I really don't need to talk about. This team needs to win because the team full of baby faces is so fucking random. But like I said, we're not talking about the women's War Games match today. We're talking about the men's for Survivor Series. Now, I know people are going to get mad at what I'm going to start to say, but you guys got to hear me out on how I feel about the men's War Games match and how important it should have been. Now, the match does not look bad at all. You have Finn, Dominic, Damian, and JD McDonough against Cody, Jay, Seth, and Sammy, which is cool. And most likely, we're going to get the return of Randy Orton, and he's going to be a part of the babyface squad. Then we're going to have Drew McIntyre on the other team, which is cool. But I think it should have been different. I think you should have scratched off Dominic and JD McDonough and put in Solo, Jimmy, and Roman Reigns. Now, are we gonna pretend as if this little alliance never happened and they teased it? This shit would have made so much sense if the Bloodline was a part of this. Like, come on, it should have just been that, because it makes sense. You have Damian Priest and Finn Balor from the Judgment Day, and you have Solo, Jimmy, and Roman a part of the Bloodline. Now, I understand you do not want Roman to get hurt before WrestleMania, and you don't want Cody and Roman to go face to face and, go after each other before WrestleMania. So I understand that. But I think it'll be more interesting if they did go into the ring with each other, and also having Jimmy and Jay, your other WrestleMania match, be a part of it as well. Having those two against the other two, knowing that the beef that's going on, it would make the match more interesting knowing what is going on, if you understand what I'm saying. Once again, I understand what's going on. You don't want Roman and Cody being, close to each other in a War Games match. You don't want both of them to get hurt and both of them to attack each other. Understand, but I think the top two heel and babyface should be going against each other in War Games, so Cody have the one up on Roman going into WrestleMania. And with the case of Randy Orton returning, most likely he will be a part of it, and also you can either add him or LA Knight, depending on what you want to go with. Either way, it would make sense when it comes to the whole Bloodline situation. LA Knight and Randy have beef with the Bloodline. Most likely they're going to add Drew McIntyre, so you can replace him with Roman, which is fine. So you would have Randy, Sammy, Jay, Seth, and Cody versus Finn, Damian, Solo, Jimmy, and Drew. And this is why this can happen, because now Solo and Drew have to trust each other, especially Drew, since Solo is the reason that Drew is not world champion. So going into that, they're going to have to trust each other. And on the other side, you have Randy and Jay having to trust each other, because Jay is a part of the reason that Randy has been out for so long. So that makes this story even more interesting. So you can put either one of those two. And I'm going to debunk this right now. CM Punk is not fucking showing up at Survivor Series. He doesn't need to show up all because it's in Chicago. I need that to stop, because people keep thinking since it's in his hometown that he must be there, and that's not the case. If he is signing with WWE again, it should be at the Royal Rumble, because it's a bigger impact. He has no reason to be a part of Survivor Series, because he doesn't have beef with anybody in that War Games match. So why add him in the show? It just doesn't make any sense. Just because in Chicago, you don't need to pull the trigger on that. That's just how I feel about the situation. Come on, bro. How am I booking this better than you guys are? Then again, I'm just a fan, but I would have built this fucking War Games match way better than what you have, because this seems really lazy. The way this is set up seems extremely lazy. Will the match be good? Of course, because none of them on these teams are bad. But this feels extremely lazy. I don't like the way they went about this. You could have did this more interesting and have the Judgment Day and the Bloodline be a part of Survivor Series because it would make things interesting. But sure, whatever the fuck you want to do. That's all I got to say about that. I wanted to come on here and talk about it real quick because I was pretty upset at the fact that, we weren't getting Solo and Jimmy in the match because, of reasons. But that's all I got to say for now. Once again, this has been Nez Reacts, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys.
I get this answer to my radio.